And live from the Dome is our reporter, Tyler Melito. Tyler, Syracuse had a promising start to this game, got up 6-2 in the first quarter, and then Notre Dame goes on to win by 7 goals. What flipped the switch for the Fighting Irish?
Yeah, well, this flip the switch for Notre Dame clearly was Pat Cavanaugh. The team's leading assist getter entering this game. He had 5. Great vision, one of the best to do it for Notre Dame. But then he had 4 goals as well, and that is something that Coach Desko harped on postgame. Actually, what Coach Desko, Stephen Rafis, and Brett Kennedy harped on postgame is that the fact that he was able to get his shot off and make plays for that Notre Dame offense when outside of just facilitating the ball, getting his shot off and really just making the defense guess what he was going to do. That really opened things up for Notre Dame.
Tyler, Drake Porter couldn't get it done in net today, allowed 18 goals on 29 shots. What went wrong today for Drake Porter between the pipes?
Sam, Drake Porter, I am not too concerned about this one for him. Yes, it was an awful performance, allowing 18 goals against a top caliber ACC opponent. But that's what you're getting with the ACC. There are some really good offenses, and teams are going to be able to get really good looks, get their shots off, and just pressure goaltenders. Drake Porter today was just not his day. Look for him to bounce back against Albany next week. I am not too worried. If he has a bad game against Albany on Thursday, then I'm pushing the panic button. But it's just one game. Yes, Syracuse has lost 2 in a row, but there are a lot of other things that are more concerning with the Syracuse team than Drake Porter's play.
One of those things that's concerning, Tyler, is it was another really brutal face-off day for SU. They won just 9 of 32 opportunities. It seems to be becoming a bit of a trend. What went wrong for the Orange at the X?
Jacob, last week the face-offs were horrendous, 8 for 32. This week, 9 for 32, and that is very concerning. And then also you have the ground balls issue. They're not getting the ground balls off the face-offs. Last week they had 15 against Duke. This week they had just 20 to Notre Dame's 45, and that's another thing that Coach Desko mentioned in his post-game press conference, the fact that Notre Dame, they did a really good job of not only getting the face-offs, but then controlling them and not giving the ball up right away on those possessions. They nearly doubled the Orange in terms of possession. So that is the key struggle. And honestly, I don't know what exactly it is. Danny Varello and Jacob Fobb especially had a really good, strong season up until the Duke game. Syracuse went through 3 or 4 different face-off men in this game against Notre Dame, and that might be a little concerning. And I don't know what it is. Every week during Coach Desko's weekly availability to the media, they say the things they're working on are face-offs and ground balls. Clearly, they're not doing something right. I don't know what it is. Then again, you were to throw me in there, I would get eaten alive. So I can't be too hard on the face-off men for Syracuse, but they really got to step it up with the heart of their ACC schedule coming up down the road.
Tyler, I can't imagine you would do any worse than what we saw today. That was Tyler Melito. Appreciate him coming on. You can catch more of him on Orange Press Pass in a few days.